On, guys? Today we're going to be solving questions number 7 and 8. This is from the SAT number 17. This is the QAS test from April 2019. So question 7 says, based on the passage, it is most reasonable to infer that Celia knows the answer to which question about the narrator's family before the narrator visits her apartment. And then we have the answer choices here from 8. And because this is a paired question, we know that the best way to solve this is to read the question for 7 and then go down to the answer choices from answer choice 8, read through each one of those lines, and basically keep or select any of the lines that could tell us something that will match this question from 7. So in this case, we're looking for any answer choices or any text that will tell us something that Celia knows about the narrator's family before the narrator tells her. So something she already knows. So let's go through the answer choices. We'll start with 79 through 80, which is right here. And she's going, Celia trailed off, as though she didn't want to say it out loud. And we're kind of thrown right into the scene right here, so it's important to have a little bit of context. This is where Celia and the narrator are talking about her daughter, and basically Celia says, "Do you only have only your daughter? Do you have other children?" And the narrator says, "I only have her." Then basically, and she's going, blah blah blah, to Evers. And so here they're talking about basically the school that the daughter's attending. And I think this is a pretty interesting or good answer choice because here we see Celia, it says that Celia trailed off, as though she didn't want to say it out loud. So there's something that Celia knows already sort of about Evers. She's sort of leading the question. She's going to where, but she already kind of knows in advance where the daughter is going. So for that reason, I think this is a solid answer choice that we should keep. So let's keep 79 through 80. Then we have 82 through 84, which is right here. That says Celia nodded. She looked like she didn't know what to say next, and I felt a mixture of embarrassment and indignation. I think maybe we could also keep this one because it's kind of connected to the scene here. Celia is looking like she doesn't know what to say next, so maybe there's more things that Celia will know. I just think it's a good answer choice. I don't want to be too discriminatory right off the bat. I don't want to be too particular, so I want to keep sort of both of these because they're kind of back to back about the same scene. Then we have answer choices, answer choice C, which cites lines 92 through 94, which says, when we left Panama, it was falling apart. Rafa and I thought it would be better for the boys to grow up here. So this is basically the Celia telling or explaining the story of her immigration from Panama, why they left. They thought it was falling apart, but they thought it'd be better for the boys to grow up here, etc. But nothing really about something that Celia knows about the narrator's family, not even a suggestion, so we could get rid of C. D cites lines 95 through 96, which says, it's amazing, isn't it, what parents will do for their children. So this is sort of a general statement about the relationship or the bond that parents have with their children. But again, really nothing about what Celia thinks or already knows about the narrator's family. So I would get rid of D. That's going to leave us with lines answer choices A through B, which are the two that we kept. So we'll look back here. And what I want to do now is I want to see which of these, to see honestly if we can get rid of one of these, to see if we can eliminate one of these choices and select the other. And the way we're going to do that is we're going to ask ourselves which of these most directly talks about something that Celia knows about the narrator's family or suggests that she knows something. And so looking between these two, I actually think that this answer choice here, answer choice A, is the better option because this is the one that specifically says, as though she didn't want to say it out loud, specifically tells us that she knows something that she's just not saying. So I would say A is better, whereas B here is sort of more concerning her reaction, right? She didn't know what to say next. The narrator feels embarrassed and a little indignant. So for that reason, I think that A is a lot stronger than B. So I would get rid of B and choose answer choice A as our correct answer for 8. Then we have question 7. So we know that the narrator, basically what Celia already knows about the narrator's family is she knows about where the daughter is going to be going to school. So A says, how many children does the narrator have? That's nothing that any of the texts really talk about, and we know that Celia doesn't know that in advance because she actually has to ask the narrator how many children she has. So we get rid of A. B says, where does the narrator's daughter go to school? That perfectly matches what we're looking for, so very solid. We should keep that. C says, what is the narrator's profession? None of the text, and really I don't think the passage at all sort of talks about what the narrator does for work, so we get rid of that. D says, how long have the narrator and her family lived in the United States? Again, a question I think that's not really addressed in the passage, but especially not in any of the texts that we looked at. So we'll choose answer choice B for question number 7, and that matches pretty perfectly with answer choice A from question number 8.